Councillor John Sheehan to address you.
Good morning, everybody. Elected members, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished visitors. As Cathaoirleach of Limerick County Council, I want to begin by warmly welcoming you all to Limerick. I am particularly delighted to welcome delegates who have travelled from various parts of Ireland and throughout Europe to attend today. In fact, I know a number of speakers lined up to address today's seminar will be speaking about the experiences of local authorities in Ireland in relation to energy efficiency and the subject of financing. I'm happy to say that the actions that have been undertaken by the Council in the area of energy efficiency are in keeping with the support the objectives of the STEP project, which today's seminar forms part of. The public sector continues to face challenges in implementing local and regional policies to meet the EU targets for energy.
Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Francisco Barnabe, and I am the mayor of La Unión since 7 years ago. La Unión is a mining town located in the region of Murcia. You can see the southeast of Spain, next to the Mediterranean coast, and which is very famous in my country because it's the site of the most important flamenco festival in Spain, the Cante de las Minas. But don't worry, because today we are not going to talk about this kind of Spanish traditional music. We are in a small town with a population only of 20,000 people and a surface of just 24 square kilometers. But we are vetting seriously for the alternative financing tools for sustainable energy. First of all, I have to tell you that I am not an expert like most of you. I am just a poor politician, and I'm going to try to explain you our practical examples of what we are doing. So I'm going to talk today our good practices in the consumption of electricity, in the use of wind power and the use of sun power too, what we are doing to save water, and finally the project that we are developing to transform a very important problem that we have of mining waste into a solution. Well, and we start with the street lighting. This is our town hall, nice building of the 19th century by night. And in La Unión we have more than 500 streets with over more or less 4,000 public street lights. It means a cost for the council of 700,000 euros per year, the invoices of the electric company plus the maintenance. Till 2 years ago, when after an energetic study, we decided to go to public tender the renewal of all the lamps. Then, after the selection process, we selected an ESCO that is going to make the necessary investment of 1,100,000 euros to change our mercury lamps for LED and also for high-pressure sodium vapor lamps. It will mean that we have some views of La Unión with the new lamps. It will suppose for us an energy consumption, a discount of the 50% of the energy consumption, and that the invoices will decrease in the 20%. Why this difference between the 20% and the 50%? Because the 30% is the difference that gets the ESCO to pay the investment and to get its profit, of course. But at the end of the 12-year term of the contract, we will be the only owners of the whole new net, and we will have, of course, the whole saving of the 50%. Other important environment policy that we are doing is the use of wind energy. La Unión was the first town in the region of Murcia that in 1999 gave license to install a wind farm. It's not very big, only 8 turbines, but this wind 8 wind towers are able to produce 6 megawatts per hour. So, thanks to this farm that captures the wind energy to transform it into electric power, we are helping the green culture, of course, but we also get a benefit because the ESCO pays us a canon of 20,000 euros per year for the operation of the plant. And the third sector that I want to tell you today, the third step, is the use of the sun power. Here we are working in two fields, photovoltaic energy and solar thermal energy. The first one, in the photovoltaic, we are installing in our new buildings photovoltaic panels on the roof, like this that you are seeing, for example, in our new swimming pool. And as I'm telling you, we are starting with this system, but we feel comfortable with it because we are covering the 75% of the electric necessities of the infrastructure. The way of working is very simple. We transfer to the general electric net the energy that we produce with the panels, and later when we receive the invoices of the electric company, there is a discount for the amount of energy that we have produced and transferred before. In the case of the swimming pool, 30 kilowatts per hour. And the other energy coming from the sun, the solar thermal, is really successful for us because here we cover the 100% of all our necessities in the sports centers, in the sports public centers. So pavilions, sport pavilions, of course, some of them, the new courtyards, the new fields, the new grounds, all of them we have installed these solar cells that give the enough power to the water heaters to put the hot water in all this installation, in public sports installation. So, as you can see, these are 4 examples of how we are working with these new sustainable energy tools. But if you let me, the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you 2 more things very important for us. I think that they are housekeeping good practices and that are water and the mining waste that I have told you before. If we talk about water, I know that this is not a problem for most of you here in Ireland or in your countries in Northern Europe. You have water enough to do whatever you need. However, if we talk about Southern Europe, and especially the south of Spain, where I live in the region of Murcia, this affair is a big problem, just for one reason. We have no water because it doesn't rain. So, that is our weather. A lot of sun, yes, but no water. But at the same time, weather gives us the opportunity to have a fantastic tourist offer, all of you know, and also give us the chance to have the opportunity to have one of the most important agricultural industries in Europe. So, in the region of Murcia, what can we do with this cocktail? What can we do with this deficit of water? Well, agriculture has found the solution. Here you can see what have we done, the recycling of water. The 98% of the used water in the region of Murcia are treated in sewage plants like this in La Unión, where thanks to the most modern system of filtration of water, we can get an extraordinary purified water that later is used for the irrigation of the field with the maximum guarantees of quality and safety. And that's one of the things that we are most proud of it. But if we are talking, this is all the technology that is used in the sewage plants. But talking about water, my speech is about the ESCO. I have to tell you the second phase of this problem for us. In La Unión, we have a very important problem with the oldness of the tapping system. Most of the water tubes were installed 30, 40, or even 50 years ago, and they need to be repaired. But we have no money, we have no budget to do it. What have we done? Go to the public-private partnership again. Last year, we went out to public tender the management of the water service of the council that previously was administrated directly by the town hall. And we are happy with the solution. The chosen ESCO has paid us a canon of 7 million euros that we have used to pay the debts that we had before with the public administration of the service. And now they have to invest 500,000 euros per year during the 20-year term of the contract to make all this work, to make all these repairs. Why? Because our efficiency in water is only at the 68%. I mean, of every 100 liters, 68% go to our homes and the other 32 are lost. So we need to repair all these water leaks, and with this money, with this collaboration with ESCO, it will be possible for us. Finally, well, of course, yes, nobody gives you a present for nothing. God get the ESCO here. Well, we have increased the water tariff. As you can imagine, we don't like raising prices, but believe me that here it was necessary, and people, of course, have understood it. And finally, you remember I have told you that La Unión is a mining town, and I'm going to talk to you about the problem that we have, that in words of Greenpeace has to be considered as the most important ecological disaster in the history of the Mediterranean Sea, the most important black point. During 33 years, between 1957 and 1990, mining industry threw to the sea 60 million tons of mining residues coming from the washing factories. This was the Portman Bay, the nice Portman Bay in my council in 1950. And this was the tube used by miners to throw to the sea all these residues. In this other photo, taken in the middle of the 60s, you can see at the left of the image as the beach is starting to change and how the line coast is transforming itself. It was the moment that people started to worry, and they tried, especially the town hall, to stop it in the 70s. But it was not possible because the mining company had the authorization of the Spanish government in Madrid. And then the tube went on working 24 hours per day during 33 years. And even in the 80s, Greenpeace and the Rainbow Warrior came to fight against the disaster. But till 1990, in the month of March, 24 years ago now, it doesn't close this factory. So, the result, here you got it. The Auschwitz of the sea environment. This photo was taken last week. But in life, sometimes nightmares disappear and beautiful dreams come into truth. And this moment is one of them, believe me. Next week, the Spanish Ministry of Environment will announce that the German company, Area International, is going to regenerate the whole bay, extracting all the waste completely free for the state. They pay everything. How is it possible? I'm going to tell you, always the public-private partnership. When miners did the disaster, they were interested only in lead, not in the other minerals, And this company, ARI International, has discovered that the 35% of the waste of the residues is iron, and iron now is very expensive, thanks to the requirements of the Asiatic markets, especially China and India. So, everybody is going to win. The central government of Spain, because they don't have to pay anything. We, the Council, because the bay will be, as it was in the beginning, completely clean, and even with 700 new jobs working in this matter, which is very important today. Of course, finally, the ESCO. Why? Because, well, they have to invest 250 million euros during 8 years, but the business is of 500 euros. So they will win, they will earn a lot of money, but, well, they are going to do the investment. Well, the process is very simple. Well, this is some of the phases of what they had to do. And finally, we will recover our way. So those are the things that I wanted to tell you today. I know that we have still a long way in front of us, but you can be sure that we are working hard to arrive to the end. Thank you very much for your attention.
In terms of project, there are obviously a lot of environmental assessments done before this project can proceed in terms of how the waste is extracted and so on. Are they satisfied that the process will not contaminate the water or the rain, sea, and the area around it?
The safe warranties?
Yeah.
For this project?
Yes.
Yes, of course. We already got the authorization of the environmental authorities. It's absolutely necessary because maybe, as you can think correctly, if we remove everything, maybe it could be worse, the final resort. But what they are going to do, you can find it here in the process. There will be a boundary, there will be a frontier between the sea and the inside of the bay. So it will be like a swimming pool. We have to extract everything first of all, and at the end is when it will disappear, the boundary, so the sea will come inside the bay. It has been studied during years, and finally I think that we are arriving to the finish. I think only 24 years waiting, I think.